my goodness. What a win for the Seattle Seahawks. You could just feel it. This was massive, you know? Keeping the Texans to just 19 points. Unreal. The defense held strong, man, with only 56 rushing yards conceded, making their tackling and interceptions look incredible. Ernest Jones and Okada were heroes out there, orchestrating that defense like maestros. And on offense, it was like they answered every critic, with Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker III combining for 118 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. You love to see it. Jaxon Smith-Njigba also lit up the field with 123 receiving yards and that touchdown. Insane performance. Sam Darnold, despite that interception, kept everything ticking over smoothly, didn't he? They dominated their 32-minute possession. Just sensational. Now, folks, if you're loving this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and let's keep it rolling. But folks, speaking of the Seahawks' offensive fireworks, let's shine a light on Charbonnet and his standout performance. That was something, wasn't it? Honestly, this guy really stepped up and set the tone for the entire game. Like, when you think about it, his 2 rushing touchdowns were absolutely pivotal. They weren't just 6 points each, they were momentum shifters. And how about his 12 carries? Charbonnet made those count, racking up crucial yardage where it mattered most. Where do you even start with his 15-yard rush? I mean, that run alone was telling the Texans' defense, good luck trying to hold me back. Charbonnet has this knack for finding those holes in the line. It's like he sees the matrix of the defense and just knows where to go. The way Seattle leaned on him in pivotal moments, it gives them an edge they didn't have before. This wasn't just about securing a win over Houston, it adds a whole new layer to Seattle's offense. Now, with Charbonnet clicking, defenses won't dare underestimate their ground game again, and that is a game changer for the Seahawks as they push further into the season. But, you know, the offense alone wasn't the only story here. It was their defense, man. Absolutely something else. Going into this game, we had lofty expectations for Seattle's defensive unit, and I think, by and large, they delivered. First, look at how they handled Houston's rookie quarterback, C.J. Stroud. The pressure was relentless, making his life incredibly hard out there. Limiting the Texans to just 198 passing yards and a mere 56 yards on the ground is a testament to their resilience, right? Then there's Okada. The guy was everywhere. Recording a sack, making several tackles for loss, it felt like he was omnipresent. His ability to read the game so well set the tone for the rest of the defense. And let's not forget Ernest Jones with that pivotal interception and his 12 tackles, key moments that stifled any hope Houston had of building momentum. I mean, the Texans were left scrambling, struggling on third downs with just 2 conversions out of 15 attempts. Seattle's defense wasn't just about resisting pressure. They crafted opportunities, creating turnovers, and essentially, they put on a defensive masterclass that will resonate with future opponents throughout the season. And so the stage was set for what might have been the biggest twist of the game in the third quarter. Imagine the tension. Right? Here's the thing. The Houston Texans had just clawed back into the match through an explosive defensive play by Will Anderson Jr. His fumble recovery for a touchdown, well, it jolted everyone, giving Houston a glimmer of hope. But Charbonnet was having none of it. The very next orchestrated series by Seattle, the way they responded, was something to behold. Charbonnet's 2-yard touchdown run was clinical, but it was more than just about the yards or the score. It was about momentum. It was about swinging that pendulum right back in Seattle's favor. So now, what you had was a situation where Charbonnet didn't just answer back with points on the board, but he also offered the Seahawks a confidence surge when they needed it most. Jason Myers' precise field goals from 26 and 47 yards, they further cemented Seattle's dominance. And as the game progressed, Charbonnet's efforts weren't just about points. They were a statement, a declaration of Seattle's resolve and clever tactical adroitness. He turned the screws back onto a Houston defense that was left reeling, always just one step behind Seattle's well-oiled offensive machine. So let's talk about Seattle's rising stock in the league after this impressive display against the Texans. This win wasn't just a fluke, it was a solid reinforcement of their playoff ambitions. I mean, what we've seen from their defense, the way they're just clamping down on opposing offenses, it's mind-blowing. 3 sacks, clever interceptions, it's all coming together, isn't it? And we can't overlook Charbonnet. His 2 rushing touchdowns weren't just scores, they were a loud reminder of Seattle's offensive flexibility. With Sam Darnold steering the ship, even amidst pressure, he's literally transforming chaos into control. Just the kind of leadership they need. Meanwhile, Jaxon Smith-Njigba is adding layers of unpredictability to their attack, making defenses second-guess every move. Here's the thing. This consistent defensive prowess isn't only about holding ground but creating turnovers. Real game changers. Ernest Jones grabbing that interception, it was pivotal. Guys like Okada are defining moments with their tackling. So, what do you think? Is Seattle ready for prime time, or what? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are we seeing the rise of new title contenders here? Let's dive into it.